Books. Textbooks. They can be ridiculous. They're expensive, and plus, they just weigh a ton. When they wonder why in 20 years a whole generation of adults has back problems, I don't know why. Now, I'm not trying to say don't buy books or they're not beneficial. No, they're very beneficial. In fact, you can really make good grades if you actually read them. A phenomenal idea. But since they do cost a lot, I'm going to give you some tips on how to get these without having to, make your wallet cry. Now, I don't suggest walking into your university bookstore and being like, I need books. It's gonna cost you an arm and a leg for the convenience of it being so close. A better idea is to find little bookstores around town, usually they're pretty close to campus, and buy the books from there. You can get used ones, you can rent them, you can even get new books, and usually they're cheaper than the ones in your bookstore at your university. This book right here was originally somewhere around $126. I got it for $30 because I rented it. Obviously, be careful with your rental books. You know you would want the person ahead of you using your rental book to be nice to it so you don't get a crappy book that's falling apart. So do the same for the person that's going to be using your rental book after you. Bookstores will usually take their rentals back as long as you haven't ripped the spine apart and poured coffee all over the pages or tried to start a fire with some of the book pages. Some of these books that are real specific to your major, you might actually want to keep for future reference because a lot of your other classes are going to be a lot like this one. So if you think you're going to use it, you can keep it. I have found myself several times going back to books from semesters before and getting information from those for papers and stuff like that, or even projects. Don't be afraid of used books. They may have some stuff underlined or highlighted and stuff like that, but honestly, a lot of times that extra stuff in there is really good notes for you to read. If they underlined it, it's probably important. If you've had some weird experience after getting a used textbook, weird notes in the margin and stuff like that, then please leave a comment and tell me about it. If the class that you're taking is just a freshman entry-level class, anyone can take it kind of class, you can kind of ask around in your dorm to see if anyone has taken that class before, and you could usually buy books from your friends. Also, you'd be surprised how many of these books you can find on Amazon and stuff like that. If it's a later edition and it's not brand new, written this year, you can probably find a pretty cheap version of it online. Another piece of advice: buy your books early as possible. Pretty much as soon as you find out what classes you're taking, get the books for them. Your professors will usually give you a list of things that you'll need to buy. And that way too, you're ensured that you're going to get the books you need, because they'll probably run out. Especially those small bookstores around town. Your professors are usually reasonable people. If you can't afford the brand new 13th 2013 edition of a book, you could probably ask them if you could buy an older one. Sometimes the older editions, like the 10th edition, is just as good as the 11th. They just change some of the data inside, or maybe some of the information, they switched the chapters around and stuff like that. Some professors will want you to have your book with you every single class, while others won't really care if you have it or not. But make sure you ask in the first few days of school. If you're wondering what in the world you need to read from these awesome textbooks, then look in your syllabus. It's usually in there. They'll even spell it out for you, certain chapters that you read on certain days. And seriously, read them. You paid a fortune for them. You might as well read them. They have a lot of good information in there that you're going to need for your class. And half the time, the tests come straight from the books anyways, especially with introductory classes. But Haley, this book is so boring. Seriously, just read it, give it a go. If you really get bored, just take a break and then come back to it. You're probably wondering to yourself, I have all of these books that I'm never going to use again. What in the world do I do with them? A lot of times you can sell the books back to the bookstores you bought them from. Of course, sometimes you only get like $3 for them. Sometimes you can sell them online. There are websites where you can just sell your textbooks. And other times, especially if you're in a dorm, you can ask around and ask if anybody needs this book for next semester, and you can sell it to them. That's about all I've got to say about college textbooks. If you feel like I left something out, you're welcome to comment and tell me about it. Let's see here. Book number 1. Theories of Development. See, look, it's growing into a... Okay. That should be interesting. I am a Human Development and Family Studies major, so I'm pretty excited about this book. This is also for my Human Development class, Exploring Family Theories. Okay, see, I'm a Human Development and a Family Studies major. So here's the development part, and here's the family studies. I see what they did there. Social problems. That's a loaded title. Oh, Introductory Horticulture Manual. I took this class because I really do like plants. I do, but also I wanted to feel like I was a character in Harry Potter, in the greenhouses. Too bad I can't wear robes to class. Too bad there's not any screaming plants. Also, wait, here we go. Understanding Multicultural America. Oh, so it's written by my professor, which means I get to pay more for it. How nice of them. Thank you for watching, and I will bring you more college advice videos soon. Bye!